guys, before we get this video started, this could be your last and final reminder about the WrenchWorks Toolbox giveaway. It is ending this Sunday, the 22nd. So this could be your last reminder. Make sure you guys head over to wrenchworks.com, grab some gear, support the channel, and also get entered to win this beautiful brand new Snap-on triple bank. Not empty, filled up with tools in every single drawer. Don't miss your chance. Don't miss your opportunity. Head over there, grab some really high quality gear, support the channel, support your boys, and this thing is going to one of you guys very, very soon. Like I said, this Sunday, last chance before it is gone forever. Going to one of you guys. So make sure you guys get entered. Appreciate it. Let's get on with the video. What are you staring out there for? You staring at something out there?
The new first gen being black.
Everybody thinks painting stuff is so easy. And nobody realizes that painting stuff is like, especially a full color change. A full color change is not easy. It's not fun. You know what is fun? Just dropping it off and saying, hey, here you go. I'll pay you to do it and forget all about it. Oh, not being involved with it. Anyway, guys, what is going on? Welcome back. We're just talking about some Instagram type things. If you guys follow my Instagram, you would know what we're talking about. People are talking about painting first gens, and I made a comment about trading the first gen, but I didn't really mean like trading. The first gen's not going anywhere. Anyway, boys, we're back in the shop, of course, as always, working on the 05. We've got some major progress to show you guys, tell you about, let you guys know where we're at. Where are we at with the truck? The first thing that I want to tell you guys about is we never really told you that we lowered the front. We kind of did that before we leveled the truck. So the truck is kind of leveled on the rack. It's kind of why it's still sitting on the rack. You can see we've got jack stands underneath there, but we've actually lowered the front probably another, what was it? Inch and a half, inch and 3/4, maybe something like that. So this thing is going to look completely different once we are done. That's kind of why we have not moved it from this spot. The ride height is kind of set. So this is going to be roughly how ride height is going to be. A couple questions from the last video. Like I said, we are not cutting up the bed to fit any of this. This is all going to fit underneath of the bed. So some of these bars right here may look like they are going to be above the bed, but the way the bed supports are on the truck, this all will fit underneath the bed without modifying it a ton. You won't see it from above the bed, let's put it that way. So we've got rear shocks going on here. What we've been working on is kind of stuffing everything, and I will say this too, stuffing everything inside the frame rail. So this is a fire punk kit, but it's kind of a do-it-yourself. There's different ways you can set it up. There's different ways that you can do it. There's different ways to kind of skin a cat doing this. So we have chose to do things a certain Michael kind of way. Do you want to talk about that a little bit here? People love hearing you talk, man. You know, just crank up the volume just a little bit.
The volume? All right, so my thought is to put the 4-link on the inside so we can put dual rear wheels back here and sled pull. That's really all it comes down to.
Michael did not. So the way Cody does do his kits, and what you'll see a lot of people do that have the Fire Punk 4-link kits, and I guess it's more like, you know, car 4-link stuff and diesel truck 4-link stuff is kind of like a little bit in two different worlds.
Yeah.
They put a lot of the stuff, and they put the bars on the outside of the frame, which does make it very, very nice because you've got a lot of stuff to squeeze in back here, and we've kind of noticed that as we're going along and doing it. So you've got your main 4-link bracket, you've got your shocks, and then what we're working on right now, and this is where I'm kind of leading into, is now we have to stuff a anti-roll bar in here without it messing up anything height-wise, because we're gonna have axle travel. So we can't have it hit anything, and when you try to confine everything in this little section versus using outside here, you run into some space issues.
Yeah, come back over here. Show them this too, like, they do a good job. See, they integrate this mount into the shock mount to where, like, a lot of people have this separate and they'll mount the shocks elsewhere. And then they do a good job when mounting them out here, it makes it very stable. And this is a big, heavy truck. So mounting it outside does make it more stable. I think we're gonna be able to control it okay in here, but they didn't do that yet. There was no like, yeah, do that, it'll be okay. It's just kind of a try,
So we wanted to try and do it on the inside of the frame. Michael's just really concerned about stuffing, you know, two 12-inch wide real wheels back here. You know, I really like the look of it on the inside. It does look really, really clean, but it is fitting 10 pounds of stuff in a 5-pound bag. So we're honestly letting the anti-roll bar cool down so we can talk to you guys a little bit, because it's getting so hot. It's a big, thick boy. But we've worked on this bar right here, kind of getting everything supported. And Michael, do you want to talk about the way the suspension kind of works and the way we're adding braces with the mindset that we kind of have?
Sure. So when you put power to the axle, this bottom bar is trying to drive forward. So it's trying to push the vehicle. So we want to make sure and put a bunch of supports from either this bracket or somewhere close. And in my head, the further forward it goes, the stronger it is, the more leverage you have, kind of some of that. And then the top bar gets pulled. So it's pulling, the axle's basically trying to drive up. So the top bar is trying to stretch. So we need to put supports here, maybe to here, because it's trying to go backwards.
So we still have more supports to put in there, but we've spent the majority, like I said, the majority of the time that we have spent has been planning and figuring out where everything can go in conjunction with each other. It's definitely not, like I said, there's no instructions on put this here, put that there, especially with us changing the way that we are kind of putting everything on the inside of the frame rail. But what I want to show you guys, and I totally forgot until right about now, is this morning we had our NHRA certification. We've got our little chrome sticker that says our 850 cage is officially official. We are certified. We paid the man, we've got our sticker, and we can now not get hassled, haggled, or anything else. So we're technically, besides all the safety stuff that we kind of have been accumulating before we go to Shide, we have everything besides my new fire suit stuff. We have everything to run 590. So the chassis cert sticker was one of the big ones. We got that done this morning, and we are ready to rock.
Engine diaper, right?
Yep, we got an engine diaper. Got an engine diaper sitting right over there. We've got our engine cable. Michael just pointed out, I'm not sure if I showed you guys this or not. Well, we showed them you doing it, but we did actually weld the axle tube to the center section. A lot of times what you'll get, you know, sled pulling things, you know, if those tubes are not welded and you have your axle tubes solid with your traction bars or whatever, the center section can actually rotate within the axle tubes. So Michael welded those up. That was in the last video, but just for reference, if you guys are making a lot of power, putting a lot of power to the ground, sled pulling, you can have that happen. So it's not the easiest thing to weld up, but make sure you guys get that done. Well guys, you know how sometimes you think you have a great idea, you start putting it together, and next thing you know, it's on the ground in pieces because, you know, things just sometimes don't fit like you plan them and you have to redo them. That's the excitement of fab work. Fab work, you know, every time we do I would say a rather larger fab project in the shop, and we try and video it, you know, you wake up, this is what happens. You wake up in the morning with a plan. You're like, we're gonna get this done, this done, this done. You know, by the end of this video that was supposed to go up probably maybe today or tomorrow, whenever, who knows what you're gonna run into. And next thing you know, you get one thing done and you've gone 3 steps backwards and 1 step forwards. And you know, not every day you win. And today, you know, I was like, you know what, maybe today it'll be on its own weight. And next thing you know, this anti-roll bar just wants to give us all kinds of problems, and we're gonna have to do a little re-engineering. Michael's got the hammer out, you know, just getting after it. Little Friday afternoon update here. I think we left off with me complaining about this anti-roll bar, which we've got version 2.0 up there now, which is very, very Michael, I'm about to say very, very much better. It is very happy with its movement and how it's working. So we've got the axle out of the truck. The truck's up on the lift, obviously. We've got our one sway bar kind of tacked in there, which will be good. We're ready to kind of weld some stuff up on that. And our sway bar is happy with our new design. As you can see, we've kind of switched. We went away from these bars that go vertical, and we've got it mounted. What was happening, it was hitting bolts here, hitting things everywhere else, but it's happy now. And we've worked on getting some structure bars, the ones that are going to go forward up here on this cross member. I'm going to integrate a little drive shaft loop right there, but we've got those pretty much done, and Michael's got them just beautifully welded in there. Solid. And what we're going to do, so we've got a lot of support going front and back now, and when this bar start pushing and they may want to try to go vertical, what we're going to do is we're going to put an X in these bars down here. So we're going to work on putting an X here, and just some more support bars, and that's where we're kind of at. Oh yeah. OSHA, never heard. All right, my friends, it is currently Friday, 7 o'clock. It has been quite a day. We have been thrashing all day to try and get as far as we possibly can by the end of the week. Might actually be working on it this weekend as well to make sure we make our deadline for Scheid. We're actually leaving first thing Thursday, so we've only got this weekend, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, to wrap up quite a bit of stuff. But today was a huge success. Very, very excited, very pumped. Definitely feeling a little bit, but we have got pretty much majority, I would say within 90% of the structure of the four-link is completely done. We still got a lot of welding. One thing that is overlooked and maybe a little misunderstood if you guys have never taken on a project this big. Not that this is a huge project, but the sheer amount of time just in welding is a ton. So Michael tried to really catch up on some welding today while I was making a majority of the bars, just so you could put these bars in, you could tack them in, but if you still have all of the welding left and you don't do it little by little, it really turns into a lot of welding all at once, which is very strenuous. So I'm told. Michael told me. You know what I mean? His little arms get a little tired. Can't do it all day. It's tedious. So super happy with the progress today. Like I said, we still got a lot of finish welding to do, but a lot of stuff is finish welded and some stuff is just halfway done, so we could continue on with the progress. But we ended up throwing in more support bars, like I said. So we've got these bars that kind of support this top. Really what we tried to do today is work front to back. So we've got our main cross member that goes up here. We've got our bars that go up. We ended up putting in a X right here, which will take care of any lateral movement that the four-link tries to do. So that is super solid. Michael's a huge fan of X's in stuff. There's tons of X's in the Pro Street truck. So that X he's really happy with, as far as he's not here right now. He's not here right now. Obviously he went home. So I'm doing the majority of the explaining. So X takes care of a lot of lateral movement, take care of all the forward movement. We did put kickers back here. The joke of the day was making this thing too sled pulling looking. So we've got a lot of supports in it, but the one thing that is important that we talked about a lot is if you check out other people's four links, especially in trucks, they may not even have as many bars as we have in this one, but we are really happy with the strength of how everything should work in conjunction together. A lot of times you have your axle back here, you've got this section between here and your downriggers for your cage. You don't want any flex in this area as well, because what a chassis that flexes is going to do is going to kind of tune in another how do I want to say this on the fly here? Flex in your chassis is, in this case, as far as the way Michael likes to do it, is kind of a question mark, like what it's going to do. Now, if we put bars that connect everything and make everything solid, it should all work as one piece, if that makes sense to you guys. I'm trying to explain it the best I can, but really we don't want any unnecessary flexing that's going to make it harder to make adjustments on what the truck is going to do. We're trying to make the truck all work together as one. So we've got bars that support this here. We've got one kicker bar that goes down here. And again, just strength, make sure it's rigid. We've got our fuel tank that's going to go over in that place. And that pretty much wraps up our main structure of the truck, which looks really, really good. It aesthetically looks good. It should work really, really good. And we've just got some details to finish up on the axle side. But that is where we are wrapping up the last couple days of progress. You know, we initially joked around about this project taking us a couple days, you know, like 2-3 days total done. And it has definitely taken a little bit longer. That's always, honestly, chassis, fab, bigger projects like this, they take a serious amount of time, and it's very hard for me, just being kind of open and honest with you guys. It's been a little while. No sad sob story here, but for me, I want to try and get you guys content out that's interesting, that's exciting, that you guys see a bunch of progress, you know, almost every other day, you know, as much as we can. And when we take on projects like this, it's like, oh, hey, what'd you do for the last 2 days? It's like, oh, we got like 3 bars in. To me, that's difficult for you guys to watch without a ton of talking. I know we're doing a little bit of talking in this video, but I want to show you guys big jumps, big progress, and that's some of the difficulty with these big project jobs. You spend a lot of time on the details, and sometimes that doesn't always correlate into massive looking progress. It might be progress, and again, a lot of this stuff, if you want to call it engineering, we really had to engineer the way we wanted everything to work and fit. No real bolt-on, bolt-off stuff here, which always takes quite a bit of time. But very, very happy with it. It should make the truck perform really well. We still have a lot of work to do as far as the wishbone underneath of the axle, but very happy nonetheless. Don't mean to ramble on and on about you guys, but it's been a great couple of last days. We've got a lot done. We still got a lot to do. But anyway, if you guys are looking for an awesome event to come out to next weekend, Shide's Diesel Extravaganza at Wagler Motorsports, going to be an awesome weekend. It's one of my favorites. I say that a lot, but Shide is always a really good one to make sure you guys are coming to. So that is pretty much going to wrap up this video, guys. Make sure you get your entries in for the Toolbox, because it could be gone before you know it. This Sunday, it is done, it is over, and it is going to one of you guys. So make sure you guys grab your entries, because after Sunday, done, and we are moving on. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button before you leave. Subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys in the next video. And hopefully we'll be racing very soon. Definitely at Shide. We'll be there Thursday. All right, see you guys. Bye.